So Valentina Shevchenko took some heat. It got some headlines. I suppose it would depend if you're a cup half full, cup half empty kind of person. But on the first episode this season's Ultimate Fighter, Shevchenko told her team, who she's coaching, no water during training. And she went on to say why, that this builds a championship mindset, that it builds a mental toughness. If you're having water and wanting water and seeking out water and engaging in drinking water, then your mind has turned to an I am tired mindset. Okay, great. Now, a lot of pushback on this, both ways. Many people that have never gone through a 2-hour session where you're dripping sweat, we're like, oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, they're getting them tougher. And you can tell by the comments, who had never exerted themselves before. And then you'll also have the people that are saying, hey, that's wrong. And it, for me, was only interesting because she elaborated, right? Because she added the piece that it helps to build a championship mindset. There generally would be nothing to talk about. Many practices are this way, of all sports. There is water or there is not water. I remember the first time I was ever allowed to get water more than once in a practice, and I was 28 years old. Never in my life had I been anywhere. This was multiple rooms and multiple sports and multiple different states, even multiple countries, if you will. I'm just sharing, like, there was different coaches and different philosophies. One thing was always constant. You do not get water till the coach tells you to get water, and the coach is not going to tell you to get water more than once per practice. I literally remember where I was when the coach, it was Clayton Hires. I remember when he said to get water during a practice for the second time, because I remember thinking, oh, he's forgot that we have already gotten water this practice. I thought it was a mistake. And when I was over getting the water, I was like looking at my teammates and we were like giggling, oh my God, look what we just got away with. And then it was about 10 minutes later and he sent us on a third water break. And 5 minutes after that, which was another, we got a fourth water break. And I'm just sharing with you, like, there is different ideas for different teams. This isn't something novel and this isn't something new. But one prediction I did make for you, okay? And this has been tested, by the way. Like, I don't have a problem. I don't care if that team gets water, and I'm not going to like them more, by the way. Like, I'm not going to think that helps their chances. There's no truth to that. Or if they go get a whole bunch of water, I'm not going to like them less or think that they're weak. For me, it's a non-issue, and we can throw it right on out the window. The reason it's relevant is I've told you guys for years, Shevchenko's a heel. The nice girl is an act. And I don't care to bust her gimmick. I'm trying to pitch in and help because she is the most unique case I've ever had to study in terms of success. There is nobody. This isn't Chael's opinion. This is the numbers. There is nobody with more success to have more championship matches in more non-main events. There has not been a champion whose average live gate revenue is smaller than hers ever. And I only maintain for you that if she were a heel, which she is, she would be great. And the women never want to be heels. Like Ronda was a heel and it made her a bunch of money, but she didn't want to be one. And Chris Cyborg had everything it took to be a heel because she was frightened. People were scared of her. She was so good and she worked so hard and she was so determined. But she didn't want it any more than Valentina wants it, any more than Amanda wanted it. I only bring that point to you, like the guys don't want it either, but there are some. You get 2, 3, 4 guys that do it, they become the heels of the business. No matter how much people boo them or don't like them, there's a seat at the table. Because there's only 3 or 4 or 5 of you. And in women's fighting, it's not just now, it's ever in history. We've never had somebody step forward and want to be the heel. It has never happened. And I maintain for you that if she just come out and is who she really is, she's a heel. But let the audience know that. Quit hiding from it. Be authentic. This is my suggestion. So when she got pitted on the Ultimate Fighter, Like, I can't think of two coaches I would want to see less or that I would have predicted less than Shevchenko and Grasso. But the great news to this, I don't think she can hide that long. There's a reason when an actor is going to play a character in a movie and they get invited on Jimmy Fallon's couch. They don't go into that spot in character, which would be great. That'd be very helpful for the movie. But there's a reason they don't do that. And that reason is no matter how good of acting they are, they read a couple of lines and then they stop. They break character. Then you turn the camera and they read a couple more lines. Nobody can hold it. You can't hold the act. So one thing that I predicted for you that we will get through The Ultimate Fighter is the act and the gig will be up on Valentina. They're going to have a camera on her too often. The real Valentina will come through, which I think is a heel. I don't know her. I think is a heel. And by the way, before you think I'm putting her down, I'm saying, no, that's going to be great for her career. That's going to help her sell. As champion defending, she's a co-main eventer. As a heel with a little bit of edge to her, who isn't even the champion, she's not even bringing the belt, she's now a main event. So we're already starting to see that my hypothesis is correct. And I felt like the water was one of these perfect things. It was low-hanging fruit. Nobody gets hurt. Nobody gets insulted. There was no profanity used. Like, this is one of the great moves, in my opinion. I've seen guys want to be heels and they go on The Ultimate Fighter and then they do something, but it's too much to where you can't edit it and put it out, or they have some great and powerful line, but they use the F word 3 times during it. So again, you can't put it on, it gets beeped and blanked out. Like their spirit and their attitude was the right way, but their delivery and their strategy and their understanding of what is going on here and what is ever going to get off the editing room floor, like there's always a miss. And it's one of the things I loved about this. Like, that is a heel move. Every single bit of it. To tell somebody they don't get water while they're doing what I believe to be the hardest activity there is. I've done a lot of activities. Nothing's even close, in my opinion. Oh, not to mention, you're doing it in the Las Vegas desert. Like there's a lot of things that lend towards go get a drink of water. Not to mention our sport itself, when you guys watch it played, every 5 minutes, everybody gets a drink of water. It's not like the NFL where there's one halftime or wait until a timeout is called. Our sport, on camera, in front of you guys, you go 5 minutes, you go sit down in your corner, and what do you get? You have a drink of water. Like, there was nothing abnormal about this behavior. But now you have a gal telling a group of adults, hey, I've been on teams and they sucked. Like, there is a way, at least in my experience, to make sure that you're on a team of wimps. And that's when the coach comes in and says there's no profanity. And that's one of those things, right? There's profanity's either allowed or it's not. I was in college, man. I'm 22, I'm 23 years old. I'm going certain places and I'll hear coaches tell. I'm looking around going, these are adults. These are adults that have a passion and they let an energy out. Now, you don't have to go along with that. I'm just sharing for you, it's one or the other. And when you make the decision of one or the other, the cursing, the not cursing, the water, the not water, when you make that decision, you're now telling adults what to do. And this is a case that's been tried in America. There was a coach, and this was somewhat recent, that did not allow a football player to get water when he wanted some. And the guy died. The guy was dehydrated. They were up. It was in like Alabama. You guys would have read about this. It was on the field. I'm only sharing for you. Like, it's a tremendous heel move. There's tremendous things that are tied to that. If you're used to getting water, if you showed up dehydrated, there's a number of reasons where you would need water. But there you are as an adult and as a professional. Now, I'm not going to count on you for much because you are the athlete and I am the coach and I am running this work. I'm not going to count on you for much, but to know when you need water and to be able to manage and maintain your own water intake, yeah, you're not 5. I can definitely allow you to do that. And if I don't, I'm a heel. And that's all I'm suggesting. I don't care if she let him have water. There's nothing wrong with getting water. You take water all the time. There's nothing true that it builds a tough mindset. There was nobody that's ever been a champion that ever said, and one of the things I got to think is not having water. There's also nobody that's ever been a champion, including her, that didn't get water during practice. It's never happened. One has nothing to do with the other. But you do have an adult that was going to make a decision and yet another adult tell them, no, it's a heel move. It's low-hanging fruit. There's no profanity. There's no violence. I like it. It's my kind of a thing. But it's the first step in what I predict to be many of the new bad girl Valentina.